Hello, my name is Ranjar Allah. I was born and raised in Palestine, and I moved to New York about a year ago for a fellowship. I decided to create my own platform, which is now my brand. It's called Rendistic, and it's where I use makeup to raise awareness about human rights. And I believe that makeup can be used as a tool for art, just like any other form of art. And it's about the artist and their message behind it. So I always use my face as a canvas, and I believe that using faces and even body parts is very important because it humanizes the story. I believe that art is a global language, which is why I use it to talk about human rights. I truly believe that raising awareness is one of the first ways to take action in these topics. And most of the times these topics are such taboo and are very sensitive topics, so I feel like art kind of eases the way we introduce these topics. So for the topic of female genital mutilation, which is the procedure of partial or complete removal of female genitalia, I did a makeup look that was very intense. The topic is already very intense. I closed my lips, so it looked like I didn't have any lips. And then in order to show how FGM happens, I had to cut through my lips through a blade and then have blood come all over. So I think the reason why I do it on my face is because it creates a human story, it makes it more humanized, and also because it personalizes it. Female genital mutilation is prevalent among women between the ages of 15 to 48. And the reason why I did that look was because the statistics were crazy. For example, in Somalia, it's 98% of women that undergo FGM. In Djibouti, it's 96%. And in Egypt, it's 93%. This is something that happens to women all around the world, but specifically in the Arab states. So I wanted to raise awareness about this issue so that people can know that it's not a religious ritual, it's a cultural ritual. These certain issues are relevant to all human beings because these are human rights violations, and this needs to be known, which is why I raise awareness through makeup. So for child marriage, I did two different looks. One that had a ring on a wedding ring, and it had blood coming down, and the caption for that was, "This is how you kill the potential of a young girl," or a potential of a girl child. And the other one I did with fence on one side of my face and a makeup look for what a child bride would look like. So it was very pink and very Barbie-like because it represents childhood in a sense and not very glamour. And the reason why I had fence on one side is to represent the issue of refugees. So I was born and raised in a conflict country, Palestine, and all my life I've experienced nothing but that. So a way for me to cope with reality was to use art and creativity. And even though the tools have changed over that time, the passion is still the same. It's a way for me to cope with the pain. It's a way for me to have a voice for other people, but including myself, to say that this is how I feel and this is what I've gone through. Because most of my looks, I try to embody the thing that I'm representing and I try to put myself in the place of that person. So, for example, when I did a look on military occupation, I had to remember the things that I went through as a kid, even as an adult. And when I was thinking about that, and in the makeup look that I did, when I took the picture, I had actual tears in my eyes because I had to reflect back on how it felt to live in a conflict country. I translate my emotions into art. I guess that means my tears are sometimes colorful.